Hey guys, such a warmonger here, and you are watching 3 versus 3 Eastern Fortress. This is a player versus player scenario. Unlike my previous maps, it's less of a siege scenario, more of a battle. Now, before anything, I want to point out that when doing replays in Age of Empires, the architecture that was set in the scenario editor will transform. Instead of a Spanish fort monument, it's gonna look like something else. Same thing will happen with this. Same thing will happen with all the monuments on this map. So if it starts looking funny, it's not my fault. It's Microsoft. I mean, it looks so cool right now. Boink. Now it looks like a Hun, a Hun monument. So same thing with this. Same thing with this. Same thing with this. And same thing with this. Not really with this, because this monument was originally AI, so it's going to stay looking like this. So, let's go to the players. So, for the West team, players 4, 5, 6, we've got John Black, Mike and Nico 95, and Benanji as the Western Kingdoms. So, even though it says Holy Roman Empire, Latin Empire, and Kingdom of England, they all have these same units, just differently named, but same stats. So West team is the Western Kingdoms, and for the East, you've got me, such a warmonger. You got Jorvis or Horvis, and then you've got just Laz, and we are playing as the Mongols for the East team. Okay, so I don't really want to get too deep into how the game works. I'll just switch over to capture age temporarily. I just kind of want to show the whole point of the game is to get 1,500 victory points, so 1,500 victory points. How do you do this? You capture monuments. So the monuments I showed you, you capture them. They give you victory points. They also give you gold. And for every faction except the Mongols, they also give you food. So it's basically just a struggle to control monuments, take and hold, and see who gets to 1,500 victory points first. That's the whole game. Simplified. I did mention how you get gold through monuments, but I did not explain how you get food. That's something I think, even if I don't want to over-explain, I think I should at least explain that. Mongols get food by just having their horses alive. So every iteration of 5 horses will give you a certain amount of food. So you can own up to 20 horses, 23 horses. The more horses you own, the more food you get. But for Western kingdoms, so these guys, their way of getting food is when they capture a monument, you should notice these flags. So all of the monuments except the center have these flags. When a supply cart comes from off map and reaches this flag, it gives everybody on the team food and a little bit of wood. I do not know why that guy killed his own men. That was weird. Okay, so I talked about resources and the objective of the game. Another thing to note is the whole map is called Eastern Fortress because this place is important. This does not give you gold. It does give you more victory points than the other monuments. And it also gives you control of markets. Markets are pretty good in this map. You know, you could buy and sell resources, train really crappy men. But the buying and selling resources is pretty good. You can't make trade cards, but whatever. It's already powerful to make to buy and sell resources. All right, let's go back to in-game because it's more fun to see the little messages that you see every now and then. Also, in-game, you can see where my cursor is. You can see how you can keep track of who's winning, what time it is, what day it is. It's kind of like this little easy, where are we at kind of thing. Okay, so orange player Mike and Nico 95 decided to try to capture north. Unfortunately for me and my allies, I did not know this was happening, so we thought we could capture the north first. But now they've got this kind of powerful group of men preparing to attack. Okay. So here we go. Here's the first battle of the day. Pretty lopsided. So, I decided while this was happening, this would be a good time to send men. So I'm green, the green player. So I decided to send some light cavalry, light horse archers to try to harass their supply lines. I mean, the Mongols' best defense is offense and raiding. They don't really have good ways to wall off their supply lines or anything like that. And honestly, they don't need to since their horses can move around. So that's why I decided to go and raid. Oh, it looks like 7 p.m. I think nightfall is 9 p.m. I don't think it's 8 p.m. I think it's 9 p.m. So you actually do a fog of war. Right. So while this is happening, orange is really trying to harass and maybe get lucky and take this monument from blue. Oh. Okay, something about the this shaman character is his range is 3, and also everybody has heresy, horse research, so not really a battle unit, more of a healer. Something to keep note. So this raid is not super effective. So I think if orange was going to decide, or Mike and Nico was going to decide to raid, he should either look for the horses or, I don't know, just kill units, I guess. It's hard to raid Mongols. Harder to raid Mongols compared to other factions. Okay, night has fallen. So this is an interesting time. As you can see, like the vision of units is much lower. So their vision of range 30, but vision 5. This is like even worse. I think it's like vision 2. And not only that, you can only see your own units. So that's what's going on. They pinged me because they know that it's nighttime and I'm just harassing their supply lines. How did I let this guy go? That's sad. So when I show things, just keep in mind that we can't see. No one can see anything, hardly. So like if I go back to player 1, like this is what he can see. That's why that's why the battles are so close quarters. Gotta be careful of friendly fire though. Um, I haven't explained this before, but friendly fire is a thing. So whatever object that the projectile hits, if it's a friendly object, it will hurt it, including your own men. If it's a tree or a building or something, it'll disappear. So that's something to keep note. See what else going on. So me, just no one knows where my stuff is. So if we look at player 5's point of view, you can see like these guys. Oop, they've disappeared. Where'd you go? Oh, got these horse archers here. So basically, you can wait for nighttime or take advantage of nighttime for raiding. It's a good time to just do some sneaky stuff. Something that the Western team did not take advantage of is that monuments can train Shashin, which can see at nighttime. So here, I'm using an attack ground method. So all ranged units in the game have attack ground, and it really helps with like because you look at this guy, he has 26 range. You look at this guy, he has 30 range. So the engagements can get pretty ridiculous at these ranges. That's why you have the attack ground option to try to help with fast units like horse archers. And if all you've got are regular archers, it can be a little bit hard to hit them sometimes. So taking advantage of nighttime, Just Laz is sending some blind nighttime raiders to see if anyone's protecting the north. And I think he's going to notice that it's not defended at all, so he's going to be able to get it. Was a good move on Just Laz's part. So, what else is going on? Here, I decide to, at nighttime, well, I'm gonna check if the south is protected at all, or if anybody's taken the south yet, so gotta be careful of friendly fire. What's going on here? Doing some stray carts. Oh, here we go. So I did some friendly fire on my own guy. So this much damage was taken from just pure friendly fire. Gotta be careful. What's going on here? So, Turkopol Horse Archer trying to shoot past this gate, but the gate is in the way. Oh wait, no, his arc is good enough. But this guy is trying to shoot this guy. But this guy is too close to an object or a building, so he's not getting damaged at all. That's how the projectiles work. (3 a.m. Still nighttime. Oh my god. I didn't even notice this was happening. The Nanji going with the big group of archers. I mean, this is okay for vanilla. AoE, you know? But look how long it's gonna take this one Lancer to get killed. The reason is all range units have, I mean, nearly all units have minimum range. Nearly all range units have minimum range. So, pure archer army isn't as strong as it would be in the base game. So not a good idea. Combined arms tactics are very much encouraged in this game because of things like minimum range and like the 30 range, etc. Things like that. Okay, so as player 4, I did decide to go to my support tent. It's over here, my support yurt. And either side can purchase a garrison fortress, which is 5,000 wood and 5,000 food. And when you click garrison fortress in your support tent or support yurt, so for example, these are support tents for the Western Kingdoms, they could have purchased this garret for the first time. So anyway, why would you necessarily want to garrison the fortress? Well, this is 3 plus 3 victory points, which is more than, you know, you're just plus 2 victory points. And also the markets. I think I might have explained this earlier. So here's another mostly archer army. Once again, I disagree with this. I think they should always have just kind of more pikemen than just this much. Especially for Gray, he's just pure archers. I think just because they probably think they look cool, that's probably why. Now, Gray is, like, slaughtering the people over here. I think he's using attack ground. Yeah, he's using attack ground. Is he? No, he's actually fighting. But look, watch this. 2 Lancers. 2 Lancers gonna kill a bunch of these guys. Minimum range. Now look how much damage 1 Hospitaller Knight can do. And that's like the elite unit. See, now these are like unsupported, like where are his archers? Oh, I guess they are supported. Oh my god. Built the trebuchet. Once again, another failed raid. Not really gaining a bunch of value. Not sure. They should, if they're gonna raid, they should be killing these horses. Really. This battle is not really doing much for the Western team. I'm not sure if they're trying to capture this monument or just kill value. You should be killing horses, maybe even this trebuchet. Oh, there it is. Look how long it takes for this guy to die. He's like the strongest unit that the Western Kingdoms can field. He took it down before dying. That's amazing. Yeah, most expensive, but also strongest. Look, they self-heal. It's amazing. Now Orange is losing a bunch of men. That's unfortunate.
Attack an enemy now.
Now I'm gonna switch the population because if Orange goes under 80 military units, morale's gonna kick in. Okay, let's talk about the center. There used to be a bunch of tents here. But because they didn't count on us taking the center, all of these towers just broke them all, destroyed them. So if you are going to build here, I advise that you either build towards the side of the enemy as a buffer and try to make sure you defend it, or if you're going to build here on your side of the wall, you defend this fortress because you don't want to lose all of your stuff. Now, something insane's about to happen. This is a crazy bug. This is Microsoft. This is not me. Oh, wait, no. No. I just let them in. It wasn't a bug. See, I was wondering how these siege towers got in. It turns out I let them in. And the siege towers dropped the men off outside. Oh, retreat. So what happened here? Okay, so these were Orange's men, I think. Remember what I talked about? If you go below 80 units, which Player 5 is clearly below 80 units, then his men will retreat. So now his men are retreating. See that?
Yes.
These guys were raiding, and now they're retreating. So the way morale works, just because it's something interesting, is every 1,000 value a player kills is +1 morale. Every 1,000 value a player loses, -1 morale. So if you reach 0 morale and you start at 5 when you are below 80 units, then your men will retreat. And there's warnings about this. I think you would have seen the warnings. So now how do you get your men back once they continue retreating? Well, it's a round robin. See, this goes to player 4. And this is going to go to player 5. See? And then, so basically, every retreating unit, so these guys are going to try to keep going, but they're stuck. Every retreating unit makes their way here. And then they can, you can get them back. So I believe red is about to capture this gate. There you go, he captured the gate. Because he had 15 units in this area, so the Mongols are losing this. Mongols are losing the center. I'm trying my best to fight. Benanji is grouping his units. Ooh, that's a lot of men dead. So you don't want to group units because the way projectiles work is the way I implemented friendly fire was I gave a very small blast width. So it's an area of effect but with a very tiny blast width. But if you group your units, if you have like a whole bunch of archers in one little tiny square, all those archers will die. So you don't want to group up, you want to spread out like I was doing. And like red is now spread out. He's figured it out. Looks like they took the center. Now he's training these really crappy urban militia. Because like I said before, you can train some really crappy units here, but they're good for emergencies. What's happening up north is they're trying to fight over the northern monument. Except blue has a whole lot of like really powerful units. So human lancers can be hired here in these taverns. So they're expensive. And they train fast, but they're expensive. Okay, in gold. So how much food and stuff does Blue have? So he's got a pretty healthy economy. We basically trained them up here. Because if you're the Western Kingdoms, you'll also get your taverns, but they'll be on this side. They'll be these three taverns. Now, this was not the best move on Orange's part. So let's go back to Orange. So you have to think. Okay, so value includes structures. So 1/10 is 175 wood. So if you lose 1/10, you lose 175 value. And so if you are below 80 units, so he's still above 80. But if you go below 80 and you start losing these tents, your morale goes down quite quickly, and now it's starting to happen already. See? So look at all these guys. Oh, slow walking. If you don't know why they're slow walking, it's they're using the command tent special commands.
Attack an enemy now.
So the special command these swordsmen were using were shield wall. Now watch, these guys are gonna retreat. I'm telling you. They're losing too much value. They're losing too much value. He's about to retreat. Now you wonder, you know, there it is. Retreat. Run. So proxy with care. You can proxy. Just make sure you think you can keep your proxy alive, or it's worth it. Or if you know you're gonna be above 80 units, then go ahead and proxy. That's fine. But if you're orange, then you just lose faith and just run away. Now, how is this balanced? Well, if you're behind, you're in the safe zone. So let's switch to capture age a little bit. If you're in the safe zone, so the west safe zone is this area behind the monument. So if you follow my cursor, the safe zone is kind of like, goes like this way, then here, this, and then like this, and then like that. So like this, 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 this. That's the safe zone for the west. Kind of like roughly goes around there. So if you break morale, but you're in the safe zone, your men won't run away to the corner. And the east is kind of the same. It's just over here. That, if you follow my cursor, this is about the safe zone. So, alright. Let's go back to the in-game. Okay, so. Nighttime is the right time. So usually, and I think about 3 days is the longest a match can go. It's because like I forget how many ticks. I think 1 minute, one real life minute is 1 hour. I'm not talking about in-game ticks up here. I'm talking about like 1 minute in real life is 1 hour in the game. That's how it works. So what's going on? Orange expanding south. You have to remember that when I was showing you the safe zone is behind this monument. So building here, or like building here. You lose those buildings, you are not in the safe zone. So your men will rout if they're in that area. Just be careful. So East team is at 930, but West team has, let's see what the West team has. He has like this 1 monument, 2 monument, got 3 monuments, and the center. So the West team is catching up. Here I try to like counter that. Trying to contest the South because I don't like that I lost it for nothing. I am afraid of these pikemen though. Let's look at it from the point of view of red. Incoming attack ground arrows. That's just me guessing where his men could be. I didn't even realize he had men here. Oh, they're killing my expensive units. Guess I'm fighting red on all fronts. Now, this is an intense battle. This is a little bit of a merry-go-round. I don't want to lose my expensive units, but I also really want to control this monument. So that's what's going on. That's why we're fighting so hard to take this. John Black is fighting really hard to keep this monument, and I'm fighting really hard to take it away from him. These guys are my version of the Templar Knights, the Hospitaller Knights, the Teutonic Knights. They heal on their own, as you can see here. And they have the best armor and the best attack. These guys don't heal. These guys do. And the Horse Archer variant of that is these guys. So, also really good attack, also really good armor. Way faster attack speed too. It's such a hard situation dealing with like pikemen. See, combined arms is really working out here. What is this? Oh, these are unbuilt skirmish tents. So I figure, okay, if I'm able to capture the South, I can stop the bleeding, because I do know that the West team owns more monuments than our team. At the same time, it looks like Blue is making a play, just seeing what's over here. He took the northwestern monument uncontested. That's crazy. Yeah, that's the power of like nighttime, huh? The Nanji didn't even like... I don't think he even noticed he lost that monument. He's just sending everyone north. Well, someone finally pings it. And our eternal battle between John Black and the Shawarmonger is still happening in the south. I mean, I have to give credit to him. He's using very few... he's starving, actually. What's happening with the resources? Is someone being raided? Okay, where are these supply carts going? Oh no, they're getting food. They're getting food. He's just spending it all. So he's mustering, I'm mustering. This is me. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I'm just waiting for dawn. I don't like fighting in the dark with horse archers. So Benanji did make a play for the North, and it worked. So if you look at the score, they've really caught up. So there's really working out for the West team now. But now they're going to lose this Northwest monument again with unsupported archers. Again. This is what Blue sees. Nighttime fighting. Oh man, Blue should really pull back. Get all those pikemen. But it's daytime, baby. Alright, everyone can see again. Oh, Red is really trying to take this out. Protect the south. He sent his best knights, but I also had my best Keshiks, so... I finally sent a contingent of cheap swordsmen to deal with these guys. The pikemen, because these swordsmen will always beat the pikemen. They just have one more attack, and then these pikemen have slower attack speed. So, these guys are still useful. Finally got it. Finally got the south. Dungeon Black giving up. But the West team took their Northwest monument back, and they took back the North. So it's still equal. Actually, it's still advantage to the West team in terms of monuments. So the West team, East team has 3 monuments: South, Southeast, and Northeast. But now the West team, it's only about 30 points, close to 20, between 20 and 30 points away from overtaking, and it's getting really close to the end. So to the 1500 victory points. Oh, look at all these retreated units. That's insane. So what do? Blue is making a good play. He's trying to take this Northwest back. This is just to keep our advantage, because it's getting too close for comfort over here. And he did it. So look, only 18 points difference. Day 3, 8 in the morning. I built some trebuchets, and I'm starting to bombard the castle. My plan over here is to take center. Blue is doing a good play. He's these actually are expensive, so you lose these, that's a lot of value lost again. You can see that, like, every time he loses a battering ram, morale goes down a lot. Fortunately, he's in the safe zone, so it doesn't really matter if he loses morale here. He should just fight. Just Laz going with the cheap options. It's a good move. It's a good move. See, Orange lost his morale. It didn't matter. He's in the safe zone. Gray knows he has this, and then he's gonna come back to try to reinforce. Ooh, that was a moonwalking cav. Now, attack ground would have killed these guys, but he's not paying attention. So, I built some siege equipment on the field, and now I'm gonna send them. This tower's almost down. Look how far they're firing. I love that. One of my favorite things about this map. Now minimum range is not so weak where like only like a few infantry are gonna kill you. Who's got a good battle going on? Oh my god, someone decided on crossbowmen this late? So this message only appears when you research crossbowmen. Because you have to pick between crossbowmen or... Oh, he picked the crossbowman over here. Oh, I see. So you get mercenaries. Oh god. All the healer units, run away. Oh my god. Heyo, wololo. Wololo, not gonna save you. And here I make a play for the center. I'm gonna capture the gate. There, I capture the gate. We're assaulting the center. I got my trebs firing. Trying to take that, take down that gate on the left. Right here. And now I'm with my infantry. We're slowly capturing all of the towers back. See, we've taken these towers back. These towers are still controlled by the West team. West team have Templar Knights defending. They know that if they want any chance of winning by victory points, which they're only about 13 victory points away from the East team, so it's a very close game. So if they can hold on to this center monument, which gives +3, they might have hope of winning this game. I mean, especially since they took that monument back. Unfortunately, they've lost. The Knights have fallen. The Templar Knights have fallen. And now John Black knows that's GG. He knows that they've lost the center. That was their only chance. Plus you've got Just Laz sending some really heavy raiders. I mean, those are the most expensive units in the game. And he's sending them on raiding missions. It's ballsy. So we captured all of the towers back. Captured all the gates. We captured the monuments back in the center. And now, once again, these tents are vulnerable. They're gonna lose value. I mean, look at this. Look how close this game is. Insane. I don't know. I'm just thinking if maybe if the West team swings down south. Oh no, they lost this too. The West team swings south, maybe captures this. They can bring that score back up. But now Red is losing all sorts of value. So you can see Red is below 80 units. Let's see what his resources are like. Doesn't have enough food. Probably why he called GG. Fighting so hard. How many units does Orange have? 110. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, this must have been Red's. Red's pikemen outside the zone. They're retreating. Orange making a last-ditch effort to raid. This is not necessarily the right move, I have to say. So, Mike and Nico, 95. I think the play would have been to swing south. and capture this. Because I don't know what you're planning to achieve here, really. Like, your men are too slow to kill horses, and I don't think food is a concern right now. It's victory points that are a concern. Oh boy. Pikeman versus super strong Keshig. We're still getting their value. Uh-oh. Here we go. Below 80 units. These guys are close to... They're gonna break. They're just gonna die. They're not even gonna break. They're just gonna die. These guys might run away. Bro. Oh. Villagers count as value too, just so you know. I think this is it. Look at that score. 1500. Okay. Well, that was a very close game for a while. But once this center fell, it was game over. Like John Black said, let's look at the stats. So it looks like the East team was carried by just Laz. I mean, just looking at the game, he did a great job. He raided and captured the Northwest. He defended against the major aggression from both Mike Nico and John Black and Benanji. Well, it was mostly Benanji and Mike Nico trying to kill him. Yeah. He's the MVP for sure. Hey guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.